finish this one question.
Thank you, Chairman. Did you ever direct the creation of, see, or become aware of the existence of any documents relating to pardons of any individual?
Hello?
I am aware of documents relating to pardons of individuals, yes.
It's illegal.
The gentlelady's time has expired. I'm going to ask one question to follow up on the gentlelady's. Sir, since it is, black letter law that someone in the United States may apply for asylum, that any person who applies for asylum and states a reason, therefore, is entitled to have that claim adjudicated, that person is entitled to legal assistance as that claim is adjudicated. Doesn't it strike you that a policy that says that people who set foot on American soil and claim asylum will be sent to a foreign country where they may not have access to legal help, which they are constitutionally guaranteed for their asylum adjudication, may have a constitutional problem?
Congressman, I'm sure you're aware that federal law allows asylum seekers to be returned to a safe third country.
I'm not aware, though, that it allows people not to...
Third party country, maybe? A little nervous, everybody?
That effectively eliminates their right to counsel.
I see some nervous.
This concludes today's hearing.
He's a little bit nervous.
I want to thank all the members who are still here for their patience and their fortitude. I want to thank Attorney General Whitaker for appearing today.
Chairman,
Ms. Jackson-Lee.
and thank you. I did
He
not
meets in
manage
6
to
days.
lay these questions on the record.
Excuse me, submit them for the record.
Yeah, I will set them for a record regarding.
Without objection, the questions are admitted.
And the article, and three articles for the record: GQ, Washington Post, New York Times, and also an article by Shane Croucher.
Without objection, the articles are admitted. Before we adjourn, I want to note for the record that, Mr. Whitaker, that you owe us responses on a number of issues raised here today, responses that we intend to secure, including but not limited to the times and dates you were briefed on the special counsel's investigation, your communications with the president after you received those briefings, the basis for your statement that the special counsel's investigation is reaching its conclusion, and whether you told the special counsel not to take any specific investigative or prosecutorial steps. I would also note that your testimony was at best inconsistent on the topic of your communications with the White House prior to your tenure at the department. It is not credible that you both interviewed for a job handling the president's response to the special counsel's investigation and never conveyed your opinions about that investigation to the White House. We require answers to these questions.
Turn around,
We ask the
asshole.
department to work with the committee to provide them.
I want
As
to
part
see
of
that.
that
I
work,
want
that's
to
when
see
we
that
intend to
little
call you back for an
demon
interview
eyes.
under subpoena if
I
necessary.
want to see them
And I expect
demon
more
eyes.
fulsome answers at that time. Without objection, all members will have 5 legislative days to submit additional written questions for the witness or additional materials for the record. And with the thanks to the chairman,
There's some
the
scary
hearing
shit
is
going on
adjourned.
there. Scary shit.
Smith in New York, remember that the matter of subpoena was a matter of contention and was breaking news through much of the day yesterday. Initially, Acting Attorney General Whitaker had said, if the possibility of subpoena exists, I don't want to testify. And then it was reported that he softened his language a bit, the chairman did, by saying, well, if we get all the answers, what we want from you is the answers. We expect you to give answers, and leaving the subpoena part out. Well, we've just been notified now, as has the Acting Attorney General, by Chairman Nadler there, that a subpoena is possible if necessary on a number of questions which the Acting Attorney General obviously did not answer and would not answer. Of course, a question of executive privilege remains, but on other matters, Chairman Nadler seems to believe that the committee is entitled to answer to those questions. He says he expects them, and will give members of the committee 5 days to submit further questions. To say this is not over seems to be what Congressman Gerald Nadler was just informed.
Far
Of course,
from
the
over.
Acting Attorney General Matthew Whitaker did state a couple of matters on the record of note. He said he has not talked to President Trump about the special counsel's Russia investigation, and he has not interfered with the investigation at all. Acting Attorney General Whitaker testifying before the House Judiciary Committee. Remember, he had criticized the scope of Robert Mueller's investigation before joining the Justice Department.